heart was beating way above normal at 2:15 in the afternoon, and that she was 3 miles into the woods, which meant 3 miles back to the gravel road everyone called Cemetery Road, where her car sat, and another 15 miles of reservation road to get back home. She glanced in all directions, cautiously took her time to raise herself to a full standing position, and took off running to her car. Chapter 2. I'm telling you, I heard a woman scream. Quill stared into her husband's dark brown eyes. She slapped the butcher knife she held in her hand hard on the kitchen counter. She grabbed cube-sized pieces of cut deer loin and threw them into the crock pot. It wasn't no damn cougar. And no, not a barn owl. I tell you, I heard a woman screaming. Crow took a sip of coffee. An auto mechanic who worked from home and spent hours out in the cold Minnesota winter changing tires, pulling folks out of snow-filled ditches, or jump-starting cold engines, he wore a blue flannel shirt over a long-sleeved thermal shirt. His feet, encased in thick wool socks, were crossed at the ankles as he leaned against the kitchen counter. He wore a stocking cap on his head, and a lone black braid hung down his back to mid-shoulder. He ventured, "A fox?" "It isn't even mating season yet. Wasn't no damn fox." "Did you call the tribal cops?" Quill attacked a whole deer loin with the knife. She whacked raw meat off the bone, sliced the red meat into 2-inch chunks and threw them into the crock pot. "I did. They said they'd drive out that way and look. I should have driven around and looked myself, but I was too freaked out. I came right home. Wanted to make sure the kids were okay." Crow nodded. He looked at their 2 children lying on the living room floor. Quill followed his gaze. Their daughter held a game controller in her hands, chasing some alien world character through a maze on the big screen TV. Niswe Anung, name from one of the 3 sisters of the sky, clamped her tongue between her teeth in concentration. Her 10-year-old eyes scrunched almost shut. Her hair in a single braid, a replica of her dad's. Her elbows were on the Navajo rug Crow's mother had given them years ago as a wedding present. The rug was a beautiful burnt red with woven geometric designs. What Quill loved most about the rug was a small strand of dark brown yarn that ran in one line from the inner design of the rug to the outer edge. Her mother-in-law told her it represented a spirit line woven in by the artist so that her creative spirit would not be trapped in the rug. Niswe's hands moved side to side as she maneuvered through the game. Jackson, the 3-year-old of the family, still called baby boy, sat next to her. Crow had fashioned his son a makeshift controller from a piece of wood with drawer knobs attached so he could pretend to play video games with his sister. He was too young to notice it didn't really work. He moved his hands side to side, imitating his big sister. Crow looked at his wife. "That makes sense. I want you to drive out there with me tomorrow morning. Take a look around." The look she gave him didn't leave room for a no. "Will you dish up the kids' meals while I finish cutting up this meat?" She went back to chopping venison. "That scream scared me, Crow. And I don't get scared." "I know. We'll go look." He reached around her to grab plates out of the cupboard. Dished up 4 plates of rice, sliced fried chicken, and onions, with other vegetables stir-fried in. He set the food around the wooden kitchen table. "Come on, kids. Food's on." The kids ignored him. "Before it gets cold." "Turn that thing off and get over here," Quill told them. "Crow, can you make a spirit plate before they eat? Put out prayers for whoever was scared out in the woods." Crow got a paper bowl from under the kitchen sink where Quill stored their powwow supplies. He put a small amount of rice, chicken, and vegetables into the bowl. He went to the kitchen windowsill, where a cylindrical birch bark basket sat. From it, he took a pinch of tobacco and put it in his left hand. He didn't bother to put his winter coat back on, but he did stuff his feet into a pair of winter boots that stood in the entryway. Quill leaned against the kitchen counter and watched him walk outside into the dark night. She knew he would put the bowl and tobacco out on the east side of the small pine tree growing in the front yard. In her mind, she said a prayer for the woman she'd heard in the woods. She asked the Creator to please keep her safe. When Crow came back inside, he gave Niswe a gentle shake on the shoulders.